Something happened and you were injured at work. Regardless of how, you now have to deal with the consequences. Every situation is different. However, you may be out of work for a while and find yourself asking questions such as, how will I earn an income until I am well enough to work again? Can I be fired due to an injury? You've probably heard of workers' compensation before, but do not really know what it is and how much protection it offers you. Workers' compensation exists as a safety net for workers who have been injured while on the job and provides them with compensation. This compensation typically includes medical benefits and lost wages, but can also include additional benefits in some specific and limited situations. Some workers may worry that utilizing workers' compensation will cause their employer to fire them. However, employers in Pennsylvania cannot legally retaliate against employees for exercising their right to claim benefits for an injury they received while working. If you believe you have been wrongly fired due to claiming workers' comp benefits, you may therefore be able to pursue a claim for wrongful termination. At-will employment. Once you begin receiving your workers' compensation, you may worry that your employer will fire you during the time you are receiving benefits. In Pennsylvania, most people are employed under what is known as at-will employment, meaning that employers reserve the right to fire employees at any time for any reason, as long as they are not violating any civil rights. This agreement extends even when an employee is injured. They can still be fired or laid off just the same as any other employee. The only additional protection afforded to an employee injured on the job is that they cannot be fired for making or pursuing a workers' compensation claim. Working with restrictions. Once you are showing signs of recovery, a doctor may allow you to return to work, provided you avoid some activities for the time being. This is referred to as returning to work with restrictions. You should provide your employer with a copy of your release documentation to show them you are physically ready to return to work with some reasonable restrictions. Your employer has the right to accept or reject your return to work. If they reject your return to work, you will keep receiving your workers' compensation benefits, at least until they do offer you work or you are determined to be fully recovered from your injury. Working with restrictions does not exempt you from getting fired, though there are some slight complications that make this issue less than clear-cut. If you were not yet fully recovered at the time of your termination, your employer will likely still have to pay workers' compensation benefits, unless you were fired for a legitimate cause. If you can prove you were let go for no other reason than because of your injury, this is cause for legal action. Will you continue to receive your benefits if you are fired after a workers' compensation claim? According to the law, if you were still not back to work or were working with restrictions due to your work injury, and you were not terminated for a legitimate reason, you still have every right to receive workers' compensation wage loss benefits. And even if you were terminated for a legitimate reason, you are still entitled to medical coverage for your injury. You received your injury while working, and thus it will still be covered. However, if your doctor has cleared you to return to work and your employer has accepted you back, but you choose not to return to work, you will stop receiving your workers' compensation benefits. Have you been injured at work? Are you wondering how you can move forward with claiming workers' compensation benefits? At KBG Injury Law, we can help you with your workers' compensation case, whether you're having trouble claiming your benefits or whether you were wrongfully terminated after an injury. Schedule your free consultation today.